sponsor, The Health Blaze, at thehealthblaze.com. 100% all natural products from lotions, soaps, foot soaks, bath bombs, and much, much more. Use the promo code Goodfella1Boxing. Tell them your boy CJ Goodfella sent you, get 18% off. We out. All right, man. Got a little bit of boxing news. The latter, I'm going to talk about Kell Brook and Liam Smith in another video. But, yeah, I heard that Manny Pacquiao is really pressing Al Haymon to make the Errol Spence fight. And it's not known if Errol Spence is going to take the fight. Last time I checked, Errol Spence wasn't interested in the fight, coming off a car accident, and understandably so. Other than him, you know, being a hypocrite, and he's a big liar. I mean, I don't know if it's the liquor, or, you know, he just got a problem lying. When he said no tune-ups, I want Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, blase, blah, blase, blah. But let's talk a little bit about it. Goodfella Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video, and yep, I'm gonna keep pissing on his name, and I'm gonna keep, you know, exposing him as anybody else. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I got a right to do so. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. So, you know, but this can benefit him. You know what I'm saying? Where Manny Pacquiao dominates negotiations versus Keith Thurman and made Keith Thurman, you know, pretty much subject to anything that he wanted. In this situation, Pacquiao pressing so hard for the Errol Spence fight, Errol Spence can get some concessions here. You know what I'm saying? Errol Spence can, you know, get a better split. You know what I'm saying? If Pacquiao really want to fight, and Errol can play, you know, he could play the role and be like, hey man, you know, I'm gonna need this, I'm gonna need that, I'm gonna need you to test for about 12 weeks. And people had their thoughts about Errol Spence being on that shit too. I don't think he is, and I've always defended him on that part. You know, just certain, you know, brothers just built a certain type of way. I haven't really seen nothing that make people think like he's superhuman. Pacquiao, you know, during his peak, David Diaz on up to like Cotto. I mean, anybody with a brain, you know, will look and say, well, we ain't never seen this. Even Roberto Duran and Shane Mosley jumped up 2 weight classes. You know, they didn't, you know, even it was said about Shane in the Balco situation, they didn't look this superhuman. But also people would argue that Manny Pacquiao looked so superhuman because he was comfortable at the weight. That was his, you know, and he was draining his opponent. So you can go back and forth, but like I said before, it's funny. You know, nobody want to talk about it. Like nobody want to talk about Sugar Ray Leonard either. He was one of the biggest opportunists and cherry pickers in boxing. You know, soon as Hagler had that war with Mugabe, go check the James Beast Mugabe fight in Hagler. He seen that Hagler started to slow down, and he capitalized on him slowing down, even though he still lost that Marvin Hagler fight. I argue to this day, but, you know, popularity has always been a thing in boxing, especially in the 80s. You know, so a lot of stuff that we killed some fighters doing today, and we killed Mayweather for, well, Sugar Ray Leonard was the innovator of a lot of that stuff. But that's what they don't want to tell you. All right, but Pacquiao want to jump in now that he got a car accident. He want to fight him so bad. He knows it's his biggest opportunity. And if, you know, Danny Garcia, you know, even before the accident, and I'll give Garcia credit, he seen a niche, or he seen a chink in Errol Spence's armor. So he said, you know, oh man, if Sean can hang, if I hit him like that, I can hurt him. If Sean can buzz him a little bit and hit him like that, I can do it. So I credit Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia wanted to smoke, you know, before the car accident. But now, you know, Danny Garcia probably super hungry now, as many other people. Anytime you fly through a car window like that, chances are you fully recovering and being the same fighter, you know, at any point in your career, you know, it's slim to none. You know, when people want to, you know, say, oh, he still beat Pacquiao. Even like people in the boxing world forget that this dude just barely beat Sean Porter, and this was healthy. And I don't think he was at his best versus Sean Porter, but in my opinion, he was at his best as a welterweight. It's time for Errol Spence to move up. That's the problem. That's why Sean Porter was so competitive. Errol Spence drained himself. It wasn't no 10-pound rehydration clause for him and Sean Porter. It's a unification bout. So they shouldn't have to weigh in the same day. So if he barely beating Sean Porter, which Sean Porter has really lost to Julio Diaz, let that sink in. He got a draw and he came back and avenged that loss. But Sean Porter ain't no world beater. He got dropped by Adrian Broner. Like, on his ass. Not his glove touched the canvas. He got dropped on his ass. You know, people say, well, it was at a catch weight and all that. Got dropped still. But like I said before, I thought that was a tough fight. After I seen the Pacquiao that showed up versus Adrian Broner, I thought Errol Spence would have smoked him, you know, down the stretch. But the one that showed up versus Keith Thurman, man, he give every welterweight a problem that's active. From Crawford to all of them, he give him some type of problem in the first 6 rounds. You know, people just think Errol Spence is this superior boxer, but at the same time, he not. Even a 41-year-old Manny Pacquiao, whatever the hell he is, under the circumstances he fought Keith Thurman under, I'm telling you, man, he probably, and with the Carson, he probably smoked Errol Spence. He should smoke him. If they fight next, Pacquiao should smoke him unless they do testing. He should smoke him. You know, this is a dude that you know, just flew through a window. You know, but at the same time, Errol Spence need to get as many concessions if he's gonna go through it as possible. Because before this, he couldn't get Manny Pacquiao. He couldn't get Manny Pacquiao to get in the same room as him. I know for a fact that he was willing to fight Sean Porter had he defeated Errol Spence for 3-belt unification. But he wasn't willing to fight Errol. And Danny Garcia really was. It really was a mystery if Danny Garcia was willing to, you know, take his mandatory versus Errol Spence. That's what a lot of people don't know. But once Danny Garcia seen that Sean Porter competed and Errol Spence wasn't this monster that people made him seem out to be, he jumped in the ring and said, "Oh yeah, let's do it." But before that fight, it was a lot of questions going back and forth if Danny Garcia even wanted to fight, what Errol Spence did. You know? So, like I said before, all of a sudden that Sean Porter and car accident changed a lot for Errol Spence. You know, because he wouldn't have had no opponent. If he went out there and he would have smoked, he would have smoked Sean Porter like most people thought he was. And I knew it was gonna be competitive. I thought he at least may clip him, you know, late. You know what I'm saying? Knock him out late. But if he would have went out there and blew Sean Porter out, Danny Garcia wouldn't have took that fight January 25th. I'm telling you that right now. Obviously, we know Keith Thurman wanted to fight, and Pacquiao didn't want to fight after the performance he put on versus Sean Porter. Only when he went through a car window he wanted it. So, you know what? You know, Errol, you know, I'm gonna kill Errol Spence regardless because he should have never came out and made that comment. Or I'm still the best welterweight. I'm the whatever he said. I'll fight Pacquiao, Danny Garcia, no tune-ups. Well, we holding you to that. So don't sit here and start acting all brand new like you don't know what you said when you was talking to Brian Kenny because they had you on them opiates or you was on that sauce again. Oh, nigga, you said no tune-up. I want Danny Garcia and Manny Pacquiao. Now Brian Kenny had to bring up Crawford name for him to say it. Like I told y'all, he just lying about Crawford. You know what I'm saying? He don't want that work. He don't want that work. Anybody that know boxing, know he gonna get that ass whoop. For one reason, he draining himself, and that's why Pacquiao got a chance. That man draining himself to make 147. People saying, "Oh, how Earl keep blowing up in between fights?" It's because he draining himself so much. So when the fight over with, his body kind of revert back to, you know, even more than his natural weight. He blow up, but you know, with Pacquiao, yeah, it's a whole move. But hey, be consistent on some of the whole moves Floyd made. Be consistent on some of the whole moves Sugar Ray Leonard made throughout his career. Be consistent when you call a spade a spade. That's all I ask. Be consistent. If you gonna be a Crawford, if you gonna bash Crawford for whatever reason, you know, and somebody else doing in the same predicament, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. No doubt about it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I ask is be consistent. You ain't gonna get nothing but consistent content. If I'm wrong, you know I'm gonna tell you I'm wrong. I'm like, yeah, man, I was wrong on that one. But one thing about me, I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna be consistent. I'm gonna be consistent on what I'm saying. And like I said before, people say, "Well, you used to like Earl." Yeah. Before I found out the truth. But hey, at the same time, he need to be a man of his word. His word don't mean much to me. He need to be a man of his word. If you said no tune-ups, you need to fight Manny Pacquiao. Now, if he trying to kind of, you know, get a better deal, I get it. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, play the role, get the best deal you can get out of Manny Pacquiao. You know, get as much as you can. But, you know, somebody said in the chat that he asked for $20 million to fight Terrence Crawford, but he didn't ask for $20 million to fight Sean Porter. He not asking for $20 million, to my knowledge, I could be wrong, to fight Keith Thurman. He ain't asked for $20 million to fight Manny Pacquiao. Like I said before, man, these dudes just don't want to be like realistic. You know what I'm saying? These dudes don't want to be real. All I asked is, if you gonna blast one fighter for ducking, blast them all. Don't protect him because he from your hometown or he from Texas or you support him. No, call a spade a spade. And a lot of these dudes can't keep it 100, bro. They can't. And regardless, I'm gonna keep 100. If he was out here knocking dudes off and Crawford was the one that was ducking, then I gotta call a spade a spade. Crawford is the one that's ducking. You know, if he out here doing what he need to do and proving that he the best pound for pound fighter, as much as, you know, it'll be different then. I wouldn't have no issue with him. He can get drunk all the fuck he want to. You know what I'm saying? He can crash all the cars he want to. But if he handling business in that boxing ring, you gotta credit him with being the best pound for pound fighter. I don't mind crediting people, you know, if they the best, you know, and they doing what they supposed to do. If I like them or don't like them, white, green, Simpson, yellow, orange, you know, hot red, no matter what color you is. It's a lot of times I had to suck my pride up and give credit to somebody that I didn't like. It's a lot of guys I didn't like at first that I learned more about, and I seen how they move and I see how they fight that I like. It's guys that I like that I was like, man, the way he moving or he ain't as good as I thought he was, I can't ride with him no more. You know, but my opinion bothers so many people. It's my opinion. If I want to call a fighter a punk, he a punk. Ooh, anybody that go in that ring and put, man, I'd have been in street fights, shootouts. Come on. A firefighter probably gets scared to go in the house that's burning up, but that's what he do. He go in the burning houses and put fires out and save cats out of trees. And, you know, that's your job. Ain't nobody put a gun in none of these fighters' head to say do this and do that. We the consumer. We supposed to demand a certain level, a certain standard from a fighter, and these fighters ain't giving it to us. You know what I'm saying? These fighters ain't giving us what we need, what we want. I'm not about to play the role. Like I said, I've been watching boxing for over 20 years. I ain't seen nothing like. I seen Michael Spence crying in the locker room. I seen Oliver McCall cry in the ring versus Lennox Lewis. I seen Riddick Bowe drop his belt in the trash can. You know, I done seen a lot of shit. But the level of pussification I'm seeing now, and that's what it is. In the ring or out the ring, I don't care what you do. This is your profession. Just like some of these dudes go to work and you do a job and your boss or somebody come in and critique you, you know what I'm saying? Or they got an opinion on you. Hey, dude, without us, it ain't no, they don't box. If we don't watch, they don't put it on TV. Without us, you know what I'm saying? They can say, they can hit the bag as many, they can be as great as they want to. But if ain't nobody watching and don't nobody care about the sport, and the boxing viewership has declined over the years. The fan base has declined. It ain't that many boxing fans out here no more. You know what I'm saying? It's declining. And a lot of sports declining. The NFL declining. The NBA declining. You know what I'm saying? But they want to continue to disrespect us. And the fighters that really want the smoke, you know, they get disrespected. But the guys, you know, that duck and they get rewarded for ducking and stuff. But like I said before it ended, man, you know, if he don't fight Manny Pacquiao, I can understand it because he just flew through a window. I see Danny Garcia as a glorified tune-up. Can Garcia beat Errol Spence? Yes. People act like this nigga didn't just fly through a car window. You know what I'm saying? And people act like Danny Garcia, you know, is going to show up in the same shape that he showed up for Ivan Redcash. He going to take that fight more serious. He got an opportunity to win. You know what I'm saying? People act like Danny don't have no... Like, people just didn't see a healthy Errol Spence struggle with Sean Porter. It's like it never happened. And people just didn't see Kell Brook was out beating Errol Spence for a good portion of that fight, too. But they ignore that. And they talk about Chris Algieri and Leonard Bundu and, you know, Lamont Peterson. You know what I'm saying? He didn't knock out, you know, Mikey Garcia. It's a fucking, a featherweight. He was a featherweight at one point. And didn't knock him down on Roman Martinez. Rocky Martinez knocked him down. But I can understand. But when you go on wax and say, no tune-up, I want Pacquiao or Danny Garcia, I'm the king of the welterweight division, then what we supposed to say? We supposed to ignore it? Like you never said that? You said it. So you got to go through and walk the plank. Because if you come back and you dog Danny Garcia or you look anything or close to what you used to be, Manny Pacquiao not going to fight you. And Pacquiao expected to fight twice this year, June, July, and at the end of the year, he going to squeeze one in. So, hey, that is what it is, man. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you have a business question, inquiry, sponsorship, video request. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? That link's in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. But Cash App, PayPal there as well. And let me know what you guys think about the whole situation. Should Errol take the Pacquiao fight? Or should he sit there and wait and try to get healthy and tune up versus Danny Garcia? People say, Danny ain't no tune up. It is what it is. We gone.